DIY.
DIYers, on a recent podcast episode with Fat Joe, who has a lot of things in the news right now, Jada Kiss, they brought on Jim Jones. Jim Jones has been a part of a lot of different conversations, the clips and whether or not Pusha T's going to respond back to him. And they actually started the interview off like this, which is why it's really interesting that it got to a place where we're debating the relevance and the impact of Jim Jones versus Nas. I don't know how we got here, but peep what they said in the beginning of this episode.
Also, this is a PSA. We're not going to talk about my brother's styles, and we're not going to talk about camp. One, I don't condone that shit, and two, there's a lot more other beautiful shit going on in the world than to rile up some shit.
Is another thing to talk about. Me and Styles are actually brothers, two brothers that love each other.
You don't got it.
Hey, I know Uncle Craig was the type of nigga said, when I get a little money, I ain't gonna move out the hood. You right, that's what I said. But as soon as I won that lottery, I was gone. It's giving that energy. Because at some point in time, Jim Jones goes on a rant that it feels like he's been wanting to say for some time. He goes on a rant he was compared to Nas. Apparently there was a podcast with some younger listeners who made an argument for why they felt like as East Coast rap fans, Jim Jones was more relevant to their generation than a Nas was. Not my experience. I don't know how that came up, but he goes on to say a lot of things, and it comes back to the same place of sales. And I think we need to really start looking at this from a different perspective as we move forward. But I'm going to let him cook.
We love that he loved Jim Jones. I want you to break it down.
Let's break this down. I admired Nas. But remember, Nas' first record, The Barbecue, came out when I was in 11th grade. Yes. So Nas was my idol when I was young. Like you did, came to dressing, the wordplay, the music, everything. I was a superior Nas fan.
Let me be very clear. I've literally named my son Nas. So I'm approaching this as diplomatic as I can, no pun intended. But how the hell do we get here?
Period. I'd never take that away from him. But then as I got in the game, you got to realize that your rivals would be idols, and not to take anything away from that. I developed my own style and my own lane that these kids start to gravitate towards the same way I gravitated towards Nas when I was younger and things like that. It's a whole different generation. We're talking about 94, 93. I was in 11th grade. Nigga, it's 2025. There's a big gap there, you know what I mean? And I want people to understand that. So when Shorty's telling people that, yeah, he's 20-some years old, that goes to show the part of the era that he's in, that I came into light and started going crazy, that these kids love me. They don't really know who Nas is. If he's 22, he's born in 03.
I'm going to try to find that clip of the younger podcast, but Nas didn't stop releasing music in 2003. Matter of fact, he's been on probably one of the most impressive runs up to his age. He's 50 plus. He's been on a tremendous run, a crazy ass run with Hit Boy, to the point where didn't King Disease, it was nominated for a Grammy, didn't he eventually win a Grammy? It's been very much a part of the conversations, and maybe that's just me being an older hip hop fan who paid attention to these things, but yeah, I don't even know how these lanes coexist, Jims. I'm with you.
Not all of them, some of them though.
Not y'all saying his braids too tight, and what is it, the braids? I can't take y'all nowhere.
But
you know what I mean?
A lot of them though.
Yes.
But it's the era.
Some music.
No,
There's some kids that.
No, I love that.
There's some kids that love hip hop.
20, so I mean,
but he's your son.
He's your son.
He's your son.
No, but he knows.
My son, my son can't tell you one Nas record.
All right, it's 2025, and we're already getting to one of the most problematic metrics that we use to determine somebody's relevancy. It's almost like you could never achieve enough, even at the status of a Nas and the things that he has accomplished over the duration of his long storied career. You can't do enough if somebody who grew up in a different era, somebody who chose to listen to Jim Jones over Nas, if they don't think that, matter of fact, I gotta find this clip. I gotta find this damn clip, cause hopefully I could find it in a quick search. Hold on, we're gonna do Nas and we're gonna do Jim Jones. It's got to be one of the first ones that pop up here. It's got to be. I saw it, and we got to get to it. Is it up here? Is it up here? Is it this one?
Oz.
I'm from New Jersey.
Yep.
We grew up on ballin'.
That's one.
We did not grow up on one mic. Pop Champagne, Summer in Miami. That's a classic.
If I Rule the World. How's that comparable to those songs you just said?
I'm 22. Every Nas song.
Problem number one. When have we allowed the youngest voices in the room to be the ones that we seek for wisdom in these type of conversations? Because it's not like Jim Jones and Nas are far age-wise. He, with all due respect, he ain't even got a mustache yet. Go ahead.
That my man's MJ played. We said we heard that from what, Dub?
2K.
2K. Those songs are in the...
So you let a curator on NBA 2K be the foundation for what's relevant to you in rap, because that's what you were exposed to. So in essence, there's an opportunity. Not Baby Teeth, leave him alone. Not him. Not him cheesing on that.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
So there's a possibility, and I don't know, and I don't want to assume, but let's just say it is a white music director or curator. You're allowing this nigga Steven, Steven at 2K, to determine your hip hop stripes and relevancy based upon who's in the game. Okay, let him cook. Maybe I'm wrong. 2K do got heat. You right. But who makes the final decision? Because some things be getting censored sometimes, and I'll be like, I know damn well that wasn't DJ Premier that censored that. Continue.
video game.
Okay.
I have never in my life said at a party, yo, throwing that Nas right now.
Second metric we got to grow from in hip hop. The party is not the only place that music is played. And there was a place in time, not even far away from this time, where a song like The Clip So Be It did play in the club. Mr. Me Too did play in the club. You know what I'm saying? Like, If I Ruled the World did play in a club. It depended on what kind of club it was. But if you allow these environments that are so small in terms of the segment of music listeners and experiences to determine your arguments are going to be they're going to be very limited at best. But continue, sir.
You did top 3 influential people regarding dressing.
But
Swag, Jim Jones is top 3.
But Nas influenced Jim Jones.
Swag is a metric. I guess it might be the hip to the hop. Swag is a metric. Is that like Reputation in Grand Theft Auto?
Cap, Chrome Hearts and the BB Simons belts and all that. Jim Jones is like top 3.
So where you put Max B?
Nobody was wearing Ed Hardy. Nobody was wearing True Religion. Nobody was wearing Chrome Hearts. All that was white.
Not his brain still buffering. You got to relax. What you mean his brain still buffering? What you mean by that? What you mean by that? Mobb Deep and Mariah Carey Roof is deeper than his whole existence. Okay.
Biker stuff. He brought that into the culture.
And how old are you, real quick?
23.
23.
So Nas first dropped 94, right? So that's a different time period where this is not really even checking for numbers yet. He came in at a period where he's just checking for the skill of the game.
That's why, and this is why I would never demonize an entire age group or generation, because there's always somebody there in the same age group talking a lot of sense. This gentleman is 23, and he's telling you there existed a time before your 2K, before your love for Ed Hardy and how he brought this into the fold, there existed a time where niggas just cared about skill. I saw somebody, it might have been deleted, and we're going to go to a tweet that Deleted put up, but there was a point in time we didn't give a shit about sales. I know it's hard for some people to believe in this academics type of error. There was a time where those skills did not equal to the quality of an album. Matter of fact, we had more pride in you not knowing about it, because that meant that we were tapped in and you were on the outside looking in and you needed us. Yes, exactly. Jamar, some of us still don't. There's not been a time where I said, what am I going to listen today? Let's look at the charts and see what Billboard tells me that I should listen to. Because what the hell does Billboard know about hip hop? I'm going to let them build this report up, because I got more to say about this whole sales thing, because I think there's something that's really, really coded at the foundation of it that we got to really talk about it. But continue.
Comparing two different eras, and I feel like it's a little bit disingenuous.
It's the difference between being in the game and being relevant.
But
Jim Jones is more relevant than Nas.
Jim Jones and Nas are in the same era. Jim Jones is 48 years old. Nas is 51 years old. Jim Jones just wasn't a rapper and didn't know how to rap when Nas was rapping. No matter what Jim Jones has improved to, it's still not Nas.
But
Like,
you
can
know
put a
it's
V12
funny.
in a Honda, it's
You
not
know
a
it-
Lamborghini.
But you know it's funny. The last Nas album is not better than the last Jim Jones album. It's not better than the last.
Okay, we're done here. We're done. So that's the take that Jim Jones was like, I mean, you know, the kids is speaking, the kids is talking, let them talk. That's the take that he was talking about. Continue, Mr. Jones.
You heard? Like, let's keep it a buck here.
Yeah, but
like, let's keep it a buck. You heard? Let's keep it a buck, because you'll bring it up. There must be some type of misconception or what's that word when it comes to Jim Jones and what Jim Jones have done in this game. A lot of these rappers,
We made him take the darkies off.
a lot of these rappers have done a tremendous job, and I take nothing away from them, but they forget I got a hell of a catalog. Me, Jim Jones, myself, gold records, platinum records, gold albums, platinum albums. You know, me.
Taking nothing from Jim Jones. Jim Jones has a career that, based upon the way that it launched off, I can't say that I predicted that he was going to be the one that created Ballin'. And even after Ballin', I didn't expect him to continue to have a career in which he would make, have a discography. Not because I didn't think that he had the ability to make music, but I thought his passion lied in fashion. And a lot of artists get in that space, and it's not a bad thing. It's almost like music becomes a shadow career. To achieve those things in terms of the platinum and gold status, man, deserves this round of applause, period. For that to be the leading metric in which we're having this conversation, we'll talk about why I draw some issues with that.
Jim Jones. No diplomats, no nobody else. Me, Jim Jones. Check my track record, then check everybody else's track record. Then go to the billboards and check all my entries, then check all them niggas' entries and shit like that. And I'm not taking nothing away from them.
Well, even playing that game, I thought it was interesting that somebody else put this up here. Even when you play this game, which I hate the numbers game, but if we're going to play according to that, yeah, this definitely tells a very different story here. You can just look at these numbers. Take a look at them. The monthly listeners, 15 million to 1.7, like 7.4 billion to 604 million in terms of lead stream. I don't care about streams, but if we're talking about your argument, it starts to look a little bit. But numbers can be bought. And let's let him cook. Let's let him cook, because there's more that he has to say about it. Continue.
But I hear the comparisons and the niggas be trying to act funny when it comes. No, I've been spanking a lot of this shit. I'm talking about the industry. I've been putting on. So let's not get into that where we get into numbers and I got to show you the statistics of what I've done. You heard to what other people was done. You heard? And if you want to go to the Billboard entries, pull up Nas Billboard entries, then pull up my Billboard entries.
Listen, we can't compare the two. What I'm trying to tell you is
I want to go there.
Hold on.
I want to go down the line now, because now we going down the line. He's a rapper and I'm a rapper.
Listen,
let's go statistically.
It feels great.
No, but I want to go statistically.
Yeah, this is my move right here. Jadakiss move right there. That's my move.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Oh, what is we doing? We were supposed to have a good podcast today. Niggas is crashing out for all the wrong reasons. Come on, B. Let's just talk about the project you just finished. That's my mood right now. That's my mood right now. Just laid back, find me a pillow. This is the part of rap sometimes that gets very, very hard to defend.
Because when people be like,
I feel the same way. We all feel the same way.
And forget about the numbers. My numbers back up.
Let me step up to the forefront. Us in the music of hip hop culture have a problem. Is a thing, and there's nothing. The world goes off numbers, but in hip hop, we don't pay enough homage to those before us.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
It's just a snake that just keeps eating its own tail. We just keep cannibalizing our own. It's like we build a museum just to burn it down every single generation. We don't have a Hall of Fame where they get treated like Hall of Famers get treated. There is no, man, nothing but to do. I would never bring your name up like that. It's like, since I had this amount of streams and he never had this kind of a achievement, I think I'm right there and worthy of having this conversation. It don't make you any less to give a man a props and then put a period at the end of it. And then in the next statement, talk your shit, because you achieved a lot. But this way of comparing each other and kind of like to a certain degree discrediting each other because of numbers, that sound like exec talk. That sound like talks from the higher ups, the kind of shit they want us fighting over. Because at the end of the day, it's somebody up there recouping off of both of y'all projects. Let it be told, especially if it's off of streaming. Daniel Eck is sitting here like 6 billion, 500 million. They're all for me. Big bald head ass.
Correct way. And sometimes it's even myself. So it gets no other genre of music fucking, I don't even know who to use.
Yeah, but you gotta understand, hip hop is like basketball.
Jelly Roll's never gonna say that about
hip hop is like basketball.
Jelly Roll.
John Morant get on the call with LeBron. He's going to kill LeBron. So this is what this is
any
about.
Song, any of that shit is murder.
This is what this is
but
about.
That don't got nothing
There's
to do
nothing
with
that could.
homage.
There's never is me. Putting me up against anybody. I'm taking me every time. Every time.
Supposed to.
Okay,
every
but
time. In all
let me
categories.
say something though, Jim.
In every category,
Jim,
I get busy.
You started off
supposed to
saying
feel
you grew
like
up
that.
watching Nas.
Of
The
course,
only
I
problem,
didn't take that away from
the
him.
only situation I'm saying now to you, right? There is no situation.
I always tell people that.
Why is there a Just for Men? What kind of sponsorship is this? Why the hell is it look like Blake Griffin on the cover? Hold on, can y'all see this? I know this is like very like ADD of me, but the hell is this white man looking at me like this in the middle of this conversation with his black ass beard? Like, I don't care as long as you as long as you pay for this and have your beard a little bit darker. That shit has bothered me. I don't know. I'm sorry. I need to focus. Continue.
Should worship you.
You fucking started.
No, I'm not doing this. I did not know
Nas
it was
gonna be
going
mad
there.
at you because you're really friends with him.
It's looking like this.
He's mad at you.
Not me. I don't know him. You heard?
Oh, he's a beautiful guy.
I understand
That's my
that.
brother.
No, he's a
But he
beautiful
gonna be
guy.
mad at you.
Well, I'm not
bring my
mad at
name
me.
up in that conversation, bro. Like,
He
come
just
on,
asked
bro.
Yeah, but we didn't know all that.
What he
We
do
always-
all the time. Something
Alright.
he
They sitting up here having this argument, and the whole time is him with no damn mustache causing all kind of commotion.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
All of about 17 and a half with no facial hair causing commotion because NBA 2K told him who he should listen to. because NBA 2K influenced his taste and Eddie Hardy. Oh boy, it's a few more seconds, but then we got to get to my final point on this one.
On the internet,
You're not
that
gonna
he
mention
didn't
me
have
next
to
to
ask.
nobody. I'm not gonna talk
You
my
didn't
shit.
have to do that.
I'm a
Right?
pop mines every
It's your
time.
fault.
You heard?
Can we go?
I just
Can we
told
go?
the people
Good audio
you're
rates.
not
You
doing
heard?
none of that. And
I'm
what
looking.
did he do?
Good
He went
audio.
over there and
You
did-
heard?
Listen.
Niggas don't even know about the audio.
Can we
you heard?
talk? Can
You
we
heard?
talk? Can we talk about?
Do it.
I heard a lot of conversations over this last battle with Joey Badass and a lot of, you know, the West Coast artists that got involved. And a lot of my East Coast counterparts said, man, the problem with you West Coast niggas is you too sensitive. Come back to the table. Let's just say rappers be sensitive. Let's just say rappers be sensitive. Huh?
Somebody gonna have to tell the
Let's
truth,
just
and
say
I'm gonna tell it.
rappers be sensitive. Let's not make it a coastal thing. Niggas just be sensitive. Cause there ain't no way in hell we got here because of this conversation. Plaques, sales. Ultimately, what is that saying? Is a question that I ask. Like when we compare that, what are we really comparing? Deleted says something that's gonna make a lot of people feel uncomfortable, but I'm glad because he's very good at that. I hate you. He's responding to somebody who's basically making an argument for why Drake is better than Pusha T and why anything he has to say is irrelevant. And they're comparing streaming numbers. Deleted said, I hate you and everyone that turned real rap into a beauty pageant. He said, hip hop was made for the underground, the grit, and the grind. We call mainstream bubblegum rap, pop rap, mediocre. Shut the fuck up. Those numbers mean they have more white fans. Somebody said it. Somebody said it. Somebody said it. And who the F cares? Go listen to Drake. Somebody said it. Deleted, you said it. And this is no disrespect to my Caucasian DIYers in the building. But we're literally arguing legacies based upon how many more white folks you reached than I reached. Because when you talk about crossing over, you're talking about crossing over into a Caucasian fan base that you didn't have access to. When you're talking about the plaques and the platinum, and you're talking about being exposed by folks that don't look like you, who employ you as the label heads, market you as a label heads, and their ability to get you to more people that look like them. We're not comparing rap stats right now. We're comparing your ability to appeal to white people more. That's all I can see now. Because when you look at the old documentaries, rap documentaries in the 90s, they talked about NWA at one point and said, man, when white America got a hold of them, they were out of here. We're in a different period now. And the value of that meant more dollars. It meant different endorsements. It meant different type of access to different parts of the entertainment industry. It meant movies. It meant all kind of access to rooms that a rapper is not supposed to be in by their standards. Today, you sound crazy. Anywhere near close to Juneteenth, talking about my ability to make white folks go crazy is so much better than your ability to make white folks go crazy over my music. Why are we comparing sales? Why are we comparing sales? And I'm not trying to discredit the accomplishment of having success in what you're doing. I champion Kendrick when he does it. But that's not the foundation of why we're fans of a Kendrick. Well, some of us. It starts at the skill. It starts at a love for hip hop that helps us to appreciate things that the average listener and consumer just doesn't care about. That's the foundation for our arguments. I'm just sick of seeing rappers in a place where they're able to use that as part of an argument to discredit the legacy, the long, successful legacy of a Nas who continues to contribute and open up doors. The same one that Jim Jones said that he once looked up to, that's the same Nas that still is making it to where it doesn't look as crazy when you approach your 50s and you're talking about putting out another project. It's the same Nas that showed that at some point in time, as he went through whatever his struggles were in the industry, He then gets to billionaire status based upon his investment portfolio. At a very late stage of his career, these are doors that are open. Can we celebrate that? And not your ability to corral a bunch of white folks to buy your shit. That's all I hear now. Because then when I think about the people like the academics of the world who champion that and use those metrics, I look at you and I say, oh, you don't get it. You don't. So me and you are having two different conversations. We could never talk that. Because I don't value that. We don't value that as the number one metric. That being said, though, DIYers, I thought that was good for not only that topic, but for the opportunity for us to like really rethink this when we're arguing with other people about sales. Because whose success story is that? How much music have we heard personally as hip hop heads that didn't do well commercially, but we loved it? How many movies have we seen that did not do well in the box office? Napoleon Dynamite is one of them. But when I saw that DVD, I watched that movie so many damn times because I loved the actual art of the actual movie, as goofy as it was. I think the same thing applies to music, and it's too many arguments that are being based upon metrics that are controlled by people that don't look like us, with different goals, with different machines and different reasons for pushing one message over the other message. That's a deeper conversation. It's way too many things that go into that have absolutely nothing to do about can you rap or not? Can you pen a song or not? Can you do something that makes people feel something? Can you connect with the people? Instead, we talking about fashion that ain't by us and sales that ain't by us either. Good God. DIYers, those are my thoughts on that. You let me know what y'all thinking. DIYers, if you enjoyed this content, make sure that you hit the like button and maybe even consider subscribing. Come on, man. Don't be greedy. Peace.